Israel's whopping $55 billion canal mega project through Gaza. For ages, people have dreamed about building a canal next to Egypt's famous Suez Canal, but no one really made it happen. Until now. Imagine this incredible canal stretching from the Mediterranean Sea to the Gulf of Aqaba. Sounds exciting, right? Well, Israel is all set to make it a reality with a whopping $55 billion plan. Before we get started, kindly like and subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell. Now, why is everyone so excited about this? Is it because it could totally change the game of who controls the sea trade? If Israel succeeds, it could become a superpower in trade between Europe and Asia. But here's the twist. Some experts are saying it might cause some conflict with Egypt and tensions with major shipping plans. Uh-oh. How amazing is the Suez Canal? Let me tell you about the awesomeness of the Suez Canal. It's like a magic shortcut for ships. Instead of going all the way around Africa, ships can zoom through the canal, save tons of time. Around 10% of all the world's trade, 1 million barrels of oil every day, and 8% of the globe's liquid natural gas, they all pass through this amazing canal. Why is this such a big deal for Egypt? Egypt earns a whopping $5.5 billion every year from ships using the Suez Canal. That's a whole lot of cash. Losing that money could be a big problem. Plus, Egypt needs the canal for its navy to move between the Red Sea and the Mediterranean Sea. It's like their secret waterway. Did you know this isn't the first time someone dreamed up a new canal plan? Back in the day, the British thought about it. And in the 1950s, Admiral William Allen had a grand plan. Imagine a grand canal connecting the Gulf of Aqaba, the Dead Sea, and the Mediterranean. Genius! But it never happened. Guess what? Back in the old days, the United States had some big plans in the 1960s. They were like, let's make a secret passage between the Mediterranean and the Red Sea. Imagine that, a super special route that doesn't rely on anyone else. They wanted ships to be free from any troubles like blockades, fees or limitations, so they dreamt of a brand new canal that could make ships dance around any problems. How awesome is that? Fast forward to the 1960s, Israel joined the excitement. They created a company called Eilat Ashkelon Pipeline to build an oil pipeline. It was like a big black snake stretching along the Gulf of Aqaba coastline. Imagine all the adventures that pipeline had. In 1994, the dream got even bigger. The super cool Israeli Prime Minister Yitzhak Rabin and King Hussein of Jordan teamed up for the Peace Canal. They wanted to make a canal that brings peace and happiness, but oh no, the project hit a roadblock after Rabin's sad goodbye. But Israel didn't give up. They kept dreaming big, planning and checking out the land. They wanted to make their own magic canal, no matter what. Now let's talk about the star of our story, the Ben Gurion Canal. Please hit that subscribe and like button and turn on the notification bell to be able to receive more exciting videos. If everything goes as planned, this canal will be like a superhero. It's longer, bigger and mightier than Egypt's Suez Canal. Imagine sailing on a canal longer than 3 football fields. Whoa! The canal would stretch from the Israel coast near Haifa, along the Mediterranean Sea, all the way down to the Gaza border and into Israel's southern Negev desert. That's like an epic journey through the coolest places in Israel. The canal path is like a treasure map through Israel's coolest places. It cuts east, goes through the Arava Valley floor, sneaks between the Dead Sea and the Gulf of Aqaba. It's like drawing a super cool line on the ground. This is a result of having super smart engineers having awesome ideas at work. They want to use bits of the Jordan River and big water reservoirs like the Sea of Galilee to fill up the canal. It's like adding water to a bathtub, but way, way bigger. The Ben Gurion Canal is like a giant in the canal world. It's bigger than any canal in history, designed for the most enormous ships you can imagine, super tankers, and the mightiest ocean-going vessels. The canal is like a deep, wide river on steroids. It's 165 feet deep and 200 to 250 meters wide. That's like having a giant swimming pool for ships. No need for tricky gates or locks, just smooth sailing through the magical canal waters. It's so awesome that ships can zoom through without any stops or waiting. It's like a speedy race for ships, going in both directions at the same time. No more traffic jams like Egypt's canal. Experts think the Israeli canal could carry 4 times more stuff and make way more money than the Suez Canal. That's like being the king of all canals, serving up to 30% of all the stuff ships carry around the world. But wait, there's a twist in our adventure. Dealing with all this canal magic brings big challenges. The tricky part, Gaza. It's like a puzzle piece right in the middle. Solving this puzzle is super important because Gaza is like the guardian of Israel's southern Mediterranean coastline. We've reached a tricky part in our canal adventure, Gaza itself. This place is right in the middle of the awesome path for the Israeli canal. Let's dive in and find out what makes it so tricky. Gaza is like a puzzle piece, right in the most efficient path for the canal. If the canal goes around Gaza's edge, it means shorter times for ships and super duper military security. Imagine taking a shortcut in a race, that's what we're talking about here. Hugging Gaza's border is like using existing trenches and holes in the ground to speed up building the canal. Israel gets to say, hey, we're in charge here. It's like building a fortress with big walls and extra security to keep everything safe. Safety first, right? But here's the twist. If the canal doesn't go through Gaza, it could cost a ton more money and take way longer to sail around. Nobody likes a slow boat ride. So Israel has this big decision to make: how to build the canal without causing trouble with the rockets from Hamas in Gaza. Tough choice. There is a significant issue that is connected with the canal idea, and that is the violence that is taking place in Gaza. There are lots of knots that need to be loose in order to solve this challenge. The canal may lose its cool advantages, and the region may remain in a difficult position if they're unable to figure out what's going on. No one is interested in that. After lots of talking and trying to make peace, there's still no easy answer. People want everyone in Gaza to have better lives, but it's like putting together a giant puzzle. Building the canal could help, but trust is hard to find. Tough times, little buddies, tough times. What's next? We're at the most exciting part of our canal journey, the big questions about the Israeli canal. Hold on tight because things are getting super interesting. It could be like a secret treasure or super duper plan to change everything. Israel thinks the Ben Gurion Canal is like a magic trick to boost trade and make shipping easier. But wait, there might be a twist. While Israel dreams big, some smart experts have a warning, like bells saying, be careful. If this mega project really happens, it might shake up lots of things. Imagine throwing a big rock into a calm pond. That's the ripple effect they're talking about. Uh-oh, Egypt might not be happy. If ships started going to Israel instead of Egypt, it could mess up Egypt's plans. They're working hard to be a top shipping hub, and this might slow them down. Imagine your favourite race slowed down. Not cool. But here's where it gets really tricky. China, the big player in the world. If the Israeli canal becomes a reality, it could change the game for China too. They like having lots of options, but too many puzzles can be confusing. Imagine trying to solve a giant jigsaw puzzle. Now here's the thing, there are lots of questions and risks in this canal adventure. What if there are fights over fishing, or arguments about who gets to control what? It's like a bumpy road with surprises around every corner. So here's the big question for you. Should Israel go full steam ahead with building the canal, or should they be careful and think about stability? It's like deciding whether to go on a roller coaster or take a gentle ride. What do you think? Let me hear in the comments section below. Wait, before you go, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and check out more videos on this channel. We've got tons of stories waiting for you. Until next time, happy exploring!